Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking into the disappearance of Randall Dean Leach. He's been missing since 1980 and he was hitchhiking. He had hitchhiked from his home here in Wisconsin all the way to Idaho Falls, and then he was going to hitchhike further. 20 years old, 5'8", 140 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. Leach's left ear is pierced, previously broken his left clavicle. He left his family's home, Sheboygan, Wisconsin, November 1980 to hitchhike to his sister's home in Bend, Oregon. He was last seen at a dairy farm in Idaho Falls, Idaho. He stopped at the farm and worked there for a couple days before leaving. He left his backpack and some clothes behind at the farm, which I don't know why he left his backpack. Did they give him a better backpack or something? You'd think they would have let him wash his clothes, and I don't understand why he left his backpack. That's so strange, because if you're hitchhiking, you're going to need a backpack. So maybe they gave him another one. Anyways, never been heard from again. And they've ruled them out, but I don't understand the backpack thing. That really, I feel like I'm either missing information or something's not right. The last time his family heard from him was on November 6th when he called his mother to wish her a happy birthday. Maybe they gave him something else to carry clothes in. Leach's relatives became concerned when he didn't arrive or contact them for Thanksgiving on November 27th. They reported him missing on February 2nd, 1981. Wow, that's a long time went by before they realized. Leach had never gone on a long hitchhiking journey before his disappearance, but his family knew him as a nomadic, idealistic person. He was an honors student in high school and a talented pianist, and he had won a $10,000 scholarship to study at Friends World College, a school in New York that specialized in global immersion education. He studied in Kenya in 1979, and when he returned to the United States, he tried to get a job with the United Nations. His sister thought he seemed disillusioned following his return from Kenya. I guess he was different. All the people at the farm have been ruled out as suspects in Leach's disappearance. The circumstances of his case are unclear. Wisconsin and Oregon police are investigating because he was hitchhiking to Oregon. So, and then there's this I was looking at in the Doe network at the unidentified males. I didn't go through all of them, but I went through a couple of them. This young man was found December 8th, 1980. He was murdered 24 hours prior, so I don't know. That's him, and that's him. I don't know why they don't have the photo of him, and they just have a drawing, and sometimes the drawings don't do them justice, but I don't know why they didn't take a picture. Estimated age 16 to 25 years old, white and or Hispanic, 5'4" to 5'8", and Randall was 5'8", so it could have been him. A pronounced upper right incisor tooth, and there's his incisor tooth, so it is a little pronounced. You can see it there. So, it says his eyes were brown. I think his eyes were blue. Brown hair, blue eyes. So yeah, that's probably not him because it says that his eyes are brown. So I don't know. This one was found in the Brushy area, 150 yards east of Sand Canyon Road, south of Placerita Canyon Road in the Newhall area. And that would have been going from here all the way down to here if somebody got him. So that's really a long ways. And so this is where he was hitchhiking from here, going to here. And these are photos of him and some things about him. If you go to look him up, it talks about him because he had been missing for a year. So he's a handsome young man. I can't read that, and I'm not sure how to get to it, but you can look it up. You can just Google his name, and I'm sure you'll find it. I wanted to show you there's another doe that went. This one was discovered 1983, and so he went missing in 1980. He went missing 1980, and this one was found in 1983. I'll slide him over here. So, 1965 to 1983. Near complete or complete skeleton, 18 to 30 years old. Male, 5'8" to 5'10". They do have his dentals, but they don't have his fingerprints or his DNA. I don't know why. There was a book with a binding was found with a 1965 date on it. But if you're hitchhiking and somebody gives you a book to read, it could, I don't know. The victim's remains were discovered in a heavily wooded area west off of Highway 101 near Mile Post 251, Oregon State Police. So that's in Oregon. So I thought, well, this could be him because of where he was hitchhiking to. Because, oh yeah, come on. My computer, I don't know why it's slow sometimes. Because he was hitchhiking from here and going to Bend. You see Bend is right here in the middle of this thing right here. I'll put my mouse around it. Hopefully you can see it. That's where he's hitchhiking to. So if he gets here and gets a ride and says he's going to Bend, it's maybe they took him here if they wanted to kill him or do whatever they wanted to do. It's not like they could have just took him here and killed him. So I don't know. So I thought, well, that could be him because of the date. And they do have the dentals, and I don't know if they've checked him or not. And the height, the date, the year, it's a possibility. I don't know because I don't have that much information, but looking at it from here to here, it's if he's hitchhiking and got a ride with somebody that's dangerous, and they could have went this way too and told him they were going to take him to Bend instead of going up here. They could have, I don't know what happened. So, and there's another Randy Leach. You go looking for somebody that's missing or something happens to them or you're looking into the information. Often I find somebody with the same name, and I don't usually mention it, but I did mention it one time. But this one is another Randy Leach, and I thought, well, I'll throw that in there because his name's not Randall, and I don't know if the other one's name's Randy, but he was 17, and he was last seen April 16th, 1988, at a graduation party in Linwood, Kansas. He had driven his mother's gray 1985 Dodge 600 there. Both Randy and the car are still missing. So I don't know if it's one of those cars that drove into the lake because he was drinking somewhere and went partying or something happened. I don't know, but I thought, well, I'll throw that in there too because that's interesting. And this is another thing. There's a Deck podcast that talks about Randall Leach. I haven't listened to it, but I love podcasts, so it might be interesting. I've only actually listened to one podcast about a girl that went missing. I listened to a few of them, and it was so interesting. In 1980, when Randall Leach was 20 years old, he decided to take a break from college to hitchhike through the American West. It was supposed to be a journey of self-discovery and a way for the Wisconsin man to learn about different religions and ways of life, and it was exactly that until Leach disappeared from a dairy farm in Idaho, because that seems kind of like what happened. He was at the dairy farm, his backpack's there, his clothes are there, and poof, he's gone. Why would he leave his backpack and his clothes? I don't understand that at all. You think you would need your clothes and your backpack. That's so strange that he just left them there. I really don't understand that. Unless they gave him another backpack and some more clothes, and I don't know. Maybe he didn't need the clothes because he got a new backpack. And those were the last clothes he was wearing when he was working, and they were so dirty, and he didn't want to get them with the clean clothes. So maybe. You never know, because sometimes people are just so nice, so that could have happened. So anyway, if you have any information about what might have happened to him, if you're not sure if it's relevant or you heard rumors and somebody was drinking and they told you something and you don't know if it's true, Let the authorities decide. Contact both of them. Contact the Wisconsin one and the Oregon one and let them both know what happened and what you know, and let them decide if it's relevant or not, because they're the ones who will know if it's relevant or not. And that way you came forward and you don't have to be stressed about it anymore, because that is so sad. This young man was only 20 years old, and it's clearly something happened to him. Clearly. So anyway, don't forget to pray for his family and his loved ones. And thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.